Earlier this year, you learned about the water cycle and how important that cycle is to humans. We need a large, usable freshwater source for our drinking water. In northern Ohio, we are lucky to have Lake Erie as our water source. It provides drinking water for 11 million people. Along Ohio's Lake Erie coast, there are over 30 water treatment plants that take water directly from Lake Erie. What would happen if that water became too contaminated to be used as drinking water? Remember how difficult it was to make an effective water filter just to remove dirt? Imagine if there were poisonous chemicals in the water. What would Ohioans do? This scenario actually played out about 100 miles west of Cleveland in the city of Toledo during the summer of 2014. On Saturday, August 2nd, 2014, at 2 a.m., the city of Toledo warned residents their water was not safe to use, drink, or bathe in. The governor declared a state of emergency. Restaurants were ordered to close. Water distribution centers had to be set up by local fire departments. Finally, on Monday, August 4th, at 10 a.m., the water was declared safe to drink. What caused the water to be declared unsafe to drink or even bathe in? It was harmful algal blooms. They're actually cyanobacteria that in some ways behave like algae, but contain toxins that can be harmful and sometimes fatal to humans, pets, and livestock. Harmful algal blooms need a space with calm water, sunlight, and most importantly, phosphorus to grow. In the Toledo area, the Maumee River feeds into Lake Erie. The area around the Maumee River is mostly agricultural, meaning there's a lot of farming. So when there's a heavy rainfall, phosphorus found in fertilizer and manure on these farms is washed into the Maumee River, then into Lake Erie, and the harmful algal blooms form. And the damage doesn't end there. Late in the summer, the algae dies and is carried into Lake Erie's central basin, where it sinks to the bottom. Bacteria decomposes it, and during the process, the bacteria take up large amounts of oxygen. That oxygen is not replaced, and these hypoxic or low oxygen zones are known as dead zones. These dead zones are not habitable for most fish, and they are forced to relocate. This affects the fishing industry. Commercial fishers have to spend more money traveling to cleaner locations in the lake for healthy fish, and it means fewer people are spending money taking recreational fishing trips in the western part of Lake Erie. This, plus a large increase in the cost of producing clean drinking water, creates a huge financial burden for the state of Ohio. So what can be done to fix this problem? After Toledo's crisis in 2014, Ohio created a plan to decrease the amount of phosphorus in Lake Erie by 40% by the year 2025. Farmers will be asked to use phosphorus fertilizer below the ground surface so that it is less prone to runoff when it rains, and buffer crops that absorb phosphorus in their roots and leaves will be planted to keep phosphorus out of the soil where it can be washed into the Maumee River. What can you do at home to keep phosphorus out of Lake Erie? Make sure your family is using phosphorus-free detergents in the home and when washing your car. Clean up pet waste and conserve water by not being wasteful. We must all work together to keep Lake Erie a safe source of drinking water.